Hi there, this is Mrs. Neal. I'm here to teach you a makeup lesson on multiplying a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. If you have a math intervention notebook, you're going to go ahead and want to take it out because you're going to use it during this lesson. So our objective today, students will multiply a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. And this is what it looks like. 37 times 2 is an example of a 2-digit number and a 1-digit number. When we say 2-digit and 1-digit, we're referring to the number, of course, of places here, 2 digits or 1 digit. So you've seen problems such as this, 3 times 2, 5 times 2. You're familiar with those. You know that 3 times 2 equals 6. You know that 5 times 2 equals 10. Those are pretty easy to do. So if you know how to do those, 3 times 2 and 5 times 2, then you know how to do 35 times 2. Take a look. 3 times 2 equals 6. In this problem, I see 3 times 2 right here. 5 times 2 equals 10. In this problem, I see 5 times 2 right here. Let's cover it up so it's a little easier to see. 5 times 2 equals 10 is here. 5 times 2. It's the same thing. 5 times 2. So if we put that answer in there, a 10, we can put the 0 here. We have to carry the 1 because we do have another number to multiply. So the 1 goes up at the top. And then we have a problem like 3 times 2 because we multiply this way. 3 times 2 or 2 times 3, it's the same thing. So if we cover up that 5 and we take a look at 3 times 2 or 2 times 3, just like up here, it becomes a little easier to see and to see that we can solve it pretty easily. 3 times 2 equals 6. However, what about this 1 here? What do we do with that? Well, just like when you add and you carry, when you're doing an addition problem, it's the same with this. When you multiply, you also have to add the carry. So 3 times 2 equals 6 plus 1. So let's write that down. Be sure to add the carry. Three times 2 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. And there we go. So you did this problem by putting 2 problems like this together to make one problem. A 2-digit by a 1-digit problem. Let's try another one. Take a look at 42 times 4. It may look a little intimidating to you because it's a 2-digit number multiplied by a 1-digit number. But again, if we split those apart, they become easier. All we're left with is 2 times 4 and 4 times 4. And we can do those. Those are simple. Let's try it. 2 times 4 we know equals 8. 4 times 4 we know equals 16. So if you do that here, 4 times 2, we can even use our shade if that's easier for you. Definitely use a tool like that if it's easier for you. 4 times 2 is 8. Then we remove the shade. You can put it here on the 2 if it makes it easier. 4 times 4 is 16. Now that time we didn't have to carry. We were able to just put it out here because there's nothing else here to carry on top of. If there were another number here, we would move that 1 up here and carry it. But there's not, so we can just leave it here, and the product is 168. Let's try another one. This one I've put on grid paper to help you keep things in line. It's a little easier to see where the numbers go when you have grid paper. So take a look at 62 times 7. Remember, it's two single-digit problems put together. So what are the two single-digit problems? If we use our shade to cover up the 6, we get 7 times 2. That's pretty easy. What's 7 times 2? You know 7 times 2 is 14. The 4 goes here in a nice line under the ones column. And does the 1 go here? No, it doesn't, because we have this 6 up here to multiply by still. We have another number. So we have to bring that 1 up and carry it up here. So now 7 times 2 is 14. Do you see that? 14. Then we're going to cover this side. Oops, cover the 2. And multiply 7 times 6. And what do we do with the carry? We add the carry. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 is 43. And again, these numbers go nicely in the boxes. 43. And the product is 434. This was a fast lesson, and if you missed anything, I would encourage you to please go back through the lesson and listen to it again. Because it's so short, you definitely have the time to do that. I would also encourage you to use your notebook and write down anything that's new to you. Did you learn something new today? Did you learn something, a tool that you could use, such as the shade? I would definitely write that down if I were you, so that you have a record of it in your math notebook. Thanks for listening. This is going to be your assignment to turn into your teacher. You have 6 problems. Remember, if you want to use a shade, you surely can. Block out one of those numbers, do the first part, then block out the other number, and do the second part or problem this way. So we multiply up and then we multiply over. Okay, again, if you feel like this was too fast and you didn't hear, please go back and start the lesson over and listen to it again. If not, you may move right on to your assignment. Please be sure to turn it in to your teacher via email. Bye!